Welcome to County Report this week. I'm Anquinette Crosby. Thanks for joining us. Coming up in the next half hour, will the county's pre-K go from half day to all day? We'll break down the costs. Plus, giving male students of color the tools they need to succeed in college and beyond. And later, tears of joy, why this mother is calling this Montgomery County police officer a hero. But first, County Executive Isiah Leggett just released the operating budget that he's recommending for fiscal year 2018. Lorna Virgili brings us some of the highlights. Lorna?
Anquinette, it is a budget that increases school spending by $54 million, and it also places investments in public safety, job creation, affordable housing, and transit. Executive Leggett sent his $5.44 billion proposed budget to council. This budget closes a $138 million gap, and the executive says it puts the county's fiscal house back in order.
I would say preservation, one word. It is to preserve the fundamentals of Montgomery County, those things that I think are important for us: public safety, education, ensuring that our libraries are properly funded, help for the most vulnerable, and some of the transportation challenges we've had to try to address those as well.
According to the executive, it is a balanced approach to meeting growing needs while keeping faith with county taxpayers. The budget holds line on property taxes at the charter limit. A house assessed at $400,000 will see an annual increase of $20, but due to increased property values.
I said at the time that they were considering the tax increase last year that it was a mistake. I thought that we had gone too far. I wanted to be reduced by approximately $34 million because I had indicated when I was running for re-election that I would increase property tax, primarily for educational reasons. And I pegged the number that I had looked at and evaluated with the community, and I thought that was appropriate. To go beyond that and to also add the increase in the recordation tax was going a little bit too far at that point in time. Although there are a large number of justifiable needs, but I thought it would create a sort of an atmosphere that would make it very difficult for us to increase taxes for the next 2 or 3 years.
Leggett's FY18 budget includes $2.5 billion for MCPS, a recommendation that increases $87 million above the maintenance of effort level.
Last year, we went $87 million above the maintenance of effort level. We wanted to continue the momentum that we started, especially on some of the initiatives in reducing class size. The school system is growing by approximately 2,600 students a year. We could not maintain a level of effective services at maintenance of effort, so I thought $25 million above that number was something that we can justify with the budget request that we had this year.
The budget adds 13 new police officers, including 5 focused on suppressing gang activity in Montgomery Village.
If you look at my budgets over the last few years, we've increased the police force by 128 officers, and this year there are 13 additional officers. To look at a couple of areas that I think are in fact receiving some higher level of crime. Overall, crime in the county in the last 5-10 years have been significantly reduced, but we want to provide that measure of safety, especially in areas like around Montgomery Village and some other areas in East County as well.
Under the proposal, Montgomery College would receive $309 million. $53 million for the creation and preservation of affordable housing units, and approximately $24 million to construct and enhance bus transit services on major county routes. The full budget can be found at montgomerycountymd.gov/OMB.
The budget proposal is now in the hands of the County Council. The details will be carefully examined before a final vote in May.
The county executive's budget is truly the template from which we operate. I would say that in my 10+ years on the council, it basically is something that we adopt 90 to 95%, and we're dealing with 5 to 10%, if you will. I'll be looking, hopefully, to provide more resources for our nonprofit community. And so there'll be a number of specific initiatives that I've given voice to before, small business and other things.
This is not, a year where we have any necessarily added revenues like we did last time. So it's going to be really important to critically understand where there might be some expansions, where we're staying at the same level of service, and at the same time where we may be able to cut, actually, to realign and redistribute some of the funding.
Funding for Montgomery County Public Schools makes up more than half of the county operating budget. This year, the Board of Education's request is $25.7 million over maintenance of effort. Council President Berliner says he is on board with that request.
My hope is that the county executive will be fully funding MCPS's request. Historically, I have been among those that was reluctant to go above maintenance of effort. But I do think the case has been made that our school system continues to need help, and exceeding maintenance of effort is warranted.
Pre-kindergarten programs are meant to help 4-year-olds get ready for kindergarten. In Montgomery County, most of the pre-K programs are a half day. So the County Council asked the Office of Legislative Oversight to crunch some numbers. They wanted them to look at the costs and benefits of expanding the program to a full day. Here are some of the recommendations.
What's this called? Cake.
Certainly see some gains that we can make, really affecting some of the kids who need it most by either going from half day to full day, which would create tremendous strides and advances for a lot of kids, helping to affect the achievement gap. Also, we see the return on investment that comes as a result of it as well. So from that perspective, whether we decide we are opening up slots or if we're expanding from half day to full day, either way we go is going to certainly reap some positive benefits in the end.
Goat and coat are rhyming words, are rhyming words, are rhyming words.
We're looking at, what would be the best approach? Should we expand some of the Head Start slots that are half day to full day? Do you do a little bit of everything? And in my opinion, it's really important to address issues of capacity, number one. So family child care, I think, plays a big role in that. Centers play a big role. Quality is important. So, what are we investing in training and mentoring and technical assistance?
Building Educated Leaders for Life, or the BELL program as it's known, is getting high marks within public schools. County officials just announcing that funding will continue for the summer learning program. We have more in this report.
This issue of the summer slide is absolutely real, it's absolutely critical, and it's one that we have to address as quickly as possible.
The summer slide is when students fail to maintain their academic progress through the summer break from school. Many times it shows up in students from lower income families who sometimes lack access to stimulating summertime programs. Today, MCPS Board of Education President Michael Durso, Superintendent Jack Smith, and County Council member Nancy Navarro announced that funding for the BELL program will continue this summer in MCPS. BELL is an academic and enrichment program for rising 3rd and 4th graders that uses proven methods to address summertime learning loss. It is made possible through the financial support of the Norman R. and Ruth Rales Foundation and Montgomery County government. Councilperson Nancy Navarro was instrumental in helping to create the program.
BELL was founded in 1992 with the mission of helping underserved children to get ahead academically and also out of school.
The BELL program is data-driven and helps students stay up to date on their mathematics and reading skills during the summer break. Its positive results have been affirmed in several evaluations.
BELL has a long-term record. We vetted them. We went up to Boston. We met with them. We reviewed their programs, their research.
One of the goals that I have as superintendent, and I like to say this everywhere I go, let's maintain that long history of excellent, high levels of learning for so many students, and then let's increase the excellence and equity for all children.
Last year, 8 MCPS schools and 1,045 students benefited from the BELL program. In addition to academics, the program allows for enrichment opportunities, field trips, and meals for the students.
Only 57% of the kids from low-income backgrounds matriculate to college in the county without this intervention. Over 80% matriculate. That's a big difference.
Coming up on County Report this week, the police chief gets candid about tough topics. It all takes place at Montgomery College. And a college summit that inspires male students of color to achieve and succeed. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls: 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
In Montgomery County, we have a goal to reduce waste and recycle 70% of all waste by 2020. By recycling and reducing waste, we save natural resources and make our community even better. So recycle at home, work, school, everywhere, and keep recycling going. For more information, call the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling.
Keep it going. Recycle more now.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Anquinette Crosby. The president of Montgomery College and the police chief of Montgomery County joined forces for a candid conversation about race, diversity, and community policing. My MC Media's Mitty Hicks has the story.
How do you define community policing, and is that a tenet of the way in which you choose to operate your police force?
The answer to your second question is absolutely yes.
As Montgomery County Police Chief Tom Manger and Montgomery College President Dr. Darian Pollard talk race, diversity, and immigration, the audience is quiet.
One of the pillars, though, I think truly speaks to me, and it talks about building trust and legitimacy.
Dr. Pollard decided to host a dialogue series titled Civility in Action, Dialogues Across Difference, to discuss critical issues and concerns facing the community.
I think there's a hunger in our community post-election where people are wanting to sit down and have conversations, and unfortunately there aren't a lot of people who have the natural affinity to do that. A community college is for that purpose.
Some topics of discussion include immigration, LGBTQ rights, and the call for police reform following the recent shootings of African Americans across the country.
But I got a chance to talk about how we deliver police service, some of the considerations that we have, some of the issues we're dealing with, and I was happy to have this audience, and they were so engaged. But it was actually an opportunity for me to. Usually I try to listen more than I talk, but today I got to talk more than I listened.
For some participants, it was reassuring to hear Manger talk about what they call tough social issues.
He was very well spoken, but second of all, the biggest thing is that, he actually related to me in terms of how he's actually trying to, combat some of the different stereotypes that police officers have been facing over the years, but at the same time trying to diminish some of the fear in Montgomery County.
The objective is to create awareness around important issues and give people a framework to go into their homes, into their synagogues, into their churches, wherever they want to go, their sororities, and talk about critical issues.
In Rockville, I'm Mitty Hicks for County Report This Week.
The lack of civility surrounding this past presidential election has prompted a lot of discussion. That's why Montgomery College in Germantown hosted an event. It was titled The Black Lives Matter Movement, to talk about social justice and race.
It's a discussion with a member of the sociology department, a faculty member, who's talking about the Black Lives Matters movement, how it started, and how the students can be aware and engaged of these issues and some of the other issues around social justice. We consider the college a place for dialogue, open dialogue, civil dialogue, where we can talk about issues that are sometimes uncomfortable, difficult to talk about. The faculty member who's giving the presentation today talked about students, the Thanksgiving dinner table, saying to your family, so I believe in the Black Lives Matter movement, and helping people to understand what some of these difficult issues are, to be able to talk about them, to be able to formulate informed opinions about them. I think it is important, it's the level of incivility through the election, I think, has many people troubled, and it is continuing. We hear a lot about the chaos in this new administration, and I think it's of great concern. And so having these forums where people can talk and openly ask questions. One of the things they did was pass out note cards at the beginning of this, so that if students want to ask questions, that they're uncomfortable standing at a microphone and asking. Those questions can be put forward, and there can be discussion. And I think it's important. We will not move forward as a college, as a county, as a state, as a nation, if we can't openly air some of these, because that's how we will get to resolution and solutions for some of these issues.
Students Students often find inspiration among athletes and celebrities, but Montgomery College gathered their own all-stars for the Maryland Male Students of Color Summit. These entrepreneurs and speakers had plenty to share about how to achieve success. MCTV's Carolina Galliano has more.
Successful, brilliant, educated, powerful. These are just some of the words that students and speakers use to describe themselves here at the Maryland Male Students of Color Summit held at Germantown campus, Montgomery College. Students, faculty, and staff gathered to inspire, challenge, motivate, and cast a vision for the academic and personal success of these students.
And the goal is to bridge the achievement gap for our male students of color. There are many initiatives that are happening to bridge that gap, like at our college, the Achieve the Promise Academy, the Achieve the Promise Initiative. So this is just one thing that we're doing to help our male students of color succeed.
With approximately 300 attendees from 16 community colleges, the summit motivated students through talks and interactive workshops.
When you're in the classroom, I need you to be intellectual gangsters. I need you to understand that your intellect is going to knock down doors that your physical body can't. That your intellect is going to take you places that no level of money will ever take you. That your intellect is going to open up opportunities and ideas that help make you money and get you power. Your intellect is going to help you conceptualize the spirit and the passion that you have to be more than a talker or a faker or a fronter, but somebody who actually lives and builds and creates legacy.
Because a lot of us come from, single mother households, or, we don't have that mentor to guide us. So it was really impactful to me personally because both of my parents didn't go to college, so I'm first generation. And I feel like it really touched me in a way where I can make some transitions and to move forward throughout my career or life.
For Latino males like myself, they will quit college and they will join the workforce already. And so I really want to resonate on how important education is. So I can spread this around to all my friends, my family, and anyone who is at Montgomery College.
And we got you on cam.
For County Report this week, Carolina Galliano.
Coming up on County Report this week, the special police training that allowed this emotional reunion to occur. And later, Help Wanted, we tell you about an upcoming job expo for workers 50 and over. Stay tuned. County Report this week returns after this.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Mark your calendars. The Montgomery County Green Fest is coming up, and you don't want to miss it. Green Fest promises to be a fun-filled day of entertainment, community, and learning. Enjoy live music and fun and games for kids. Learn how to green your home and neighborhood, watch the latest environmental short films, attend a DIY workshop, and explore exhibitor booths. Greenfest has activities for all ages and interests. Make sure you stop by and explore your path to a greener life.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Anquinette Crosby. A mother and her special needs daughter were reunited last week with a police officer who found the little girl. 7-year-old Sahara McAllister ran off from her babysitter. Police were called to find the missing girl. What made this search more challenging was that Sahara has autism and is nonverbal. Thankfully, police are trained that autistic children have an attraction to water. Officer Jonathan Prusner searched a stream near Sahara's home, and that's where he found the wet young girl. Her mom, Mary Wimpy, was emotional when she finally had the chance to thank the officer in person.
You're the officer? Yes. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. You're welcome.
sincerely thank you so much.
I'm glad she's okay.
It's not enough just to say, thank you to one of your officers, your co-workers. I had to thank you personally. I had to look you in your face and let you know what you did for me is such a blessing. I know you put this uniform on every day to serve and protect, but stepping outside of that car and walking that pond area, it was like taking an elephant off my chest, because I knew she was found. When I heard on the radio, she's been located, I had to meet the man who did this. So I am thankful. I am so thankful, so grateful that you do what you do every day. I am thankful for Officer Reyes and this program. A lot of people don't know about this program. We have friends who have autistic children who just learned, as I did, about this program in Montgomery County. They were not aware. So anything I can do to encourage people with special needs children, you see officers, approach them, introduce your child to them, let them know that these are their friends, so that in an event that your child get away and they see an officer, they're not afraid when that officer approaches them. Please, it will save your child's life if they know that they can approach an officer and they're going to be okay.
In Rockville, the mayor and council are looking at the role of police when it comes to enforcing federal immigration laws. Rockville 11's Kathy Dantzler has more.
Rockville's mayor and council recently held a public hearing on the city's police department's role in enforcing federal immigration laws. Last month, Councilmember Julie Polakovich-Carr introduced an ordinance that would add a section titled Fostering Community Trust to the City Code chapter on human rights.
And it did lead me to ask the question here in Rockville, what is it that we do? What are our current practices? And when I found out that there isn't any written policy at the moment, I thought that was important to have that clarity so that our police officers really know and have that guidance from city leadership about what it is we'd like them to be doing and how they should be interacting with the community.
What exactly is that? Right now, the Rockville City Police Department does not ask for proof of immigration status during a routine traffic stop or when investigating minor crimes. But if a serious crime is committed, immigration status does come into play, and that information is then handed over to the FBI.
Basically, this ordinance would put into law our existing practices. So it wouldn't actually change what our police are doing now, but it would just make it very clear. We would have it in writing and be transparent so that everyone in the community actually knows this is what our police do and don't do, and so that our officers have that clear guidance of what it is they should be doing.
The pulse of the people on this issue is high. At the March 6th public hearing, hundreds of people showed up, with over 80 getting a chance to let their opinions be heard.
We certainly appreciate just the public involvement and the number of people who came out for the public hearing and everyone who has been writing in emails since. Certainly keep comments coming. We are very eager to know what Rockville residents and business owners and other stakeholders have to say on the issue.
So what's next?
So the mayor and council will be having a discussion in the near future regarding the ordinance that's been introduced and actually be discussing the substance of that and considering any amendments that any of my colleagues would like to see made.
For County Report This Week, I'm Kathy Dantzler.
Providing books for young children, creating a place for them to enjoy reading, and improving literacy. These were all part of Jan Jamblaski's life work, and she excelled at all of them. County Executive Isiah Leggett recently paid tribute to her by dedicating the Jan Jamblaski Early Literacy Training Center. The center is located at the Noyes Library for Young Children. Jamblaski co-founded the Noyes Children's Library Foundation. She was a tireless volunteer until her death last year, but her work continues. The new training center will provide resources to improve literacy for children. For more information, go to the website on your screen. Coming up next on County Report This Week, if you're over 50 and looking for work, we have a job expo just for you. And we meet our Pet of the Week. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Get to MC and we'll get you going.
Hey, mister, down here. You illegally passed the stop school bus. I'm placing you in timeout, and this timeout means big fines, plus you really could have hurt somebody. That's why school buses are being equipped with video cameras to help kids like me stay safe, so respect the bus.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Anquinette Crosby. Around the globe, millions of people, companies, and landmarks will all do their part for Earth Hour. Many will set aside 1 hour to host events, switch off their lights, and make noise for climate change action. This year, Earth Hour is at 8:30 p.m. on March 25th. For more information, go to earthhour.org. The county will celebrate Earth Day during the entire month of April. There are events and plenty of ways you can volunteer. Students can also earn service learning hours by helping out in the county during Earth Month. For more information, visit montgomeryserves.org or mygreenmontgomery.org. Are you over 50 and looking for a new job? Dozens of employers will be looking for new job seekers. The 50-plus Job Expo will take place on April 3rd. It'll be held at the Bethesda North Marriott Hotel and Conference Center. The 50 and older crowd will have free access. They can get help with interviewing skills, online applications, and resume writing. Recently, Mickey Gordon from the Jewish Council for the Aging was on Seniors Today and told us why the expo is so important.
We have approximately 50 different employers. We have community resources. We have 7 different seminars which will run multiple times during the day. We have a technology center because many people don't know how to apply online. And we also have resume reviewers who will be there one-on-one to sit and help people tweak their resumes.
And I've gone every year, and I know how popular that is.
Yeah.
People wait in line to have that. Yeah.
And we keep that open an extra hour till 4 o'clock because it's so well attended.
And it's so important.
Very. And our keynote speaker is Jim Hanley from NBC News, the anchor.
Remember, the expo will be held April 3rd from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. It takes place at the Bethesda North Marriott Hotel and Conference Center. For more information, visit the Jewish Council for the Aging's website. Now it's time to meet our Pet of the Week. Kathy Stanhope joins us from the Montgomery County Animal Services and Adoption Center with more. Kathy?
This is Ziegfeld. He's just about 10 years old, and he's a Pomeranian Chihuahua mix, and he's just in the middle of his life at 10. He can go for another good 10 years. He really is a sweet, sweet guy, lots of energy, and as you can see, he might need to lose a pound or two. So if you're looking for a walking companion, Ziegfeld is the dog for you. Please give us a call at 240-773-5900 or visit Ziegfeld on the web at montgomerycountymd.gov/ASD. And remember, you can always stop by the shelter. We're happy to see you. We're open every day except Wednesday, 7315 Muncaster Mill Road in Durwood.
With that, we close this edition of County Report This Week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Anquinette Crosby. Thank you for watching.